Hello, everyone. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another episode of the Back of the Pack podcast. I am your host, Kyle Walker. My pleasure, as always. Joining us this week, as per usual, is producer Katie. Hello, producer Katie.
Hi, Kyle.
Oh, look, you didn't mute yourself. Perfect. See,
I
hope
actually
everyone
did.
enjoyed that.
I just took you off and put you back on.
Oh, well, fine. I see where I rank. We have a special guest with us this week, and I threatened you last week. I told you this was going to happen, so don't say I didn't warn you. But joining us from St. Jude, this is Crysta. Crysta is who we are working with for the KC Hustle Run coming up, in case you haven't heard, on September 17th, 2023. That is our 5K and 10K. And Crysta, welcome back to the Back of the Pack podcast.
Thanks, guys. So good to see you again. You've really stepped up your game, because I'm actually looking at you versus just talking to you and not seeing your faces. So
we're so sorry.
You did warn me. You did warn me. So I made sure to wear, a nice jacket today.
Yes, and I'm sorry you have to see us, as people have told me, and I tell everyone I have a face for radio. But anyway, sorry, I like that joke. It normally falls flat. But okay, so last time we have talked about St. Jude and everything that St. Jude does. And now this week, or this episode, we're going to kind of talk about more of the, what should we say, more the athletic side of St. Jude, because there is one of the reasons you guys partnered with us is we are a run, a walk, a 5K, a 10K, but you guys do that too. And you do it all around the country, and you do it with what you call a St. Jude Hero. So could you please tell everyone what is, and I know some of you know, because we definitely have some St. Jude heroes who listen to this podcast, but for those who don't, explain to us a St. Jude Hero.
Yeah, we love fitness at St. Jude. We have a whole department dedicated to fitness. It's huge for our kids at the hospital, fitness and focusing on that. And, that just translates outside the hospital as well in our fundraising efforts. And so with that, we have a St. Jude Heroes program. So yes, shout out to my St. Jude Heroes who will be listening to this after. But it's an amazing program. Honestly, it's so cool. Because it's people like you and me. It's normal people who love to run, who love to walk, who love triathlons, or just have a personal health goal of their own. And they want to, sign up for this race, and they want to finish it. They want to cross the finish line. And that's a huge commitment to just go ahead and sign up for a race, whether it's a 5K, a marathon, anything in between, that's huge. And a St. Jude Hero is someone who goes above and beyond that and says, I'm going to train and I'm going to do this race, but I'm also going to fundraise on top of that. So our St. Jude Heroes fundraise, they spread awareness about St. Jude. And, it's amazing, because that's not the only thing they're doing. They're to have their full-time job. They are taking care of their family, trying to have a social life, while also raising funds for St. Jude for the kids. And it's just an amazing thing that they're doing. And they're doing all this because there is a kid here in the US, in Memphis, around the world, who has their own personal health goal. And, that might be to beat cancer, to beat this disease that they have. And we're running and we're fundraising to help their fight so that they can reach their personal health goal. And that's what the St. Jude Heroes program is.
Nice. That's awesome.
She mentioned a social life. What is that?
You don't have a social life, Katie?
Oh, no.
We should have planned this at a happy hour spot, Kyle.
Oh, see,
for the next time.
Now you're speaking Katie's language.
Off-site next time.
You got it.
I'm in, because for those who don't know, we drug Crysta into the office on her day to work from home. So this was totally my bad on the planning. Whoopsie.
She deserves a nice happy hour drink from both of us.
I'm in on that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you happen to know, and I did not warn you of this question, do you happen to know how many St. Jude Heroes roughly there are, whether it be in the area or overall? Any clue or rough guess?
Ooh, that I do not have a number. A lot. The answer is a lot.
Okay.
There are a lot here in the KC area, but we always want more. We are always welcoming to more heroes. There are so many different race options that we provide for charity bibs for St. Jude for you to be a St. Jude hero for, about 17 different races.
Oh, wow.
And those include Boston Marathon. Those include Berlin, London. We recently had a St. Jude hero who was in London this past year. And, just really cool options. I mean, Disney World, that's one too. So there's there's a race for everyone on there. So always looking for more heroes. But my answer to that is just a lot. There are a lot of heroes, but always can need more.
I like it. And yes, I did see that St. Jude does have a charity team for the London Marathon. The London Marathon, just sidebarring for a second, they are releasing their ins and outs on July 6th. So for all my hopefuls who are going to get their annual rejection, like myself, July 6th, we get to look forward to that. But if you get rejected, sorry, not if, when you get rejected on July 6th, maybe now you should go out to St. Jude and see if you might be able to secure a charity bib through St. Jude as a St. Jude hero.
That is a perfect segue, because I was just going to say, if that happens, our applications to run as a St. Jude hero for London close on July 9th, because they open June 9th. So they close on July 9th.
Okay.
Yes.
You heard it here, folks.
It requires an application. And if you get past the application stage, there will be an interview.
Yep.
But very harmless, very quick, fun interview with someone from our fitness team. And you could run as a St. Jude hero in London. And that's pretty cool. And this upcoming London year, we will have our largest London team. We've added 10 bibs to that. So there will be about 21 or 22 runners running for St. Jude.
That is awesome.
So
it could be you. It could be you.
Hey, that's perfect timing.
Don't fill his head with these things.
Oh, no, not me. I can't. So after doing the Boston Marathon through a charity bib, I promised everyone I will not be begging them for funds again, at least for maybe a year. Then we'll see. But if any listener of the Back of the Pack podcast, if you go out and you become a St. Jude hero and you get through the interview and you get accepted, your first donation is coming from me. I got you. All right, so there we go. You guys go out there and do your best to be a St. Jude hero, because, man, Dad, talk about a great cause to run for. And then you could maybe do the London Marathon. That'd be pretty sweet.
I'll get that second donation.
Boom. Yeah, see? Look at this. And this
2 donations already.
Hey,
I'm here to make sure that happens. I got it. I'm going to write it down, record it on my phone.
Yeah, now with the YouTube channel, everyone can see us make this promise. So there's no running away now. But yeah, any podcast listener who becomes a St. Jude hero, your first donation is coming from me. And even if it's not London, even if it's another St. Jude charity bib, I got you. You just let me know. So with that, we'll segue away from London. Not that we even meant to go there, but topical. You guys have an event coming up here locally in Kansas City, and what I find really funny about this is right on the trail of our race. So you really get back-to-back weekends of hopefully raising money and raising awareness for St. Jude. So the week after the KC Hustle Run, September 17th, register now. There is the St. Jude Walk and Run in Kansas City, Missouri. That is on September 23rd, 2023. And so tell us about your local event.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm glad we didn't, have it on the same day and have to compete with each other a little bit. We just get to enjoy all the fun running events in September. So September, it's great that you guys chose September. It's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is September. So that is, every month in our book is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, but September it's recognized nationally. And so with that, we host walk-run events all across the country. So Kansas City is just one of many. So you might see pictures from Miami. You might see pictures from New York or Las Vegas or LA, where there are going to be all month long walk runs happening on a Saturday. It's going to be a great time. I feel like we say the term walk run very loosely. We definitely feel more this is almost like a block party. There's definitely the running element. So if you need to train or you need to get that time, we've got that. but it's definitely more of a celebration event. We're bringing local Kansas City patient families together to celebrate and remember those that aren't with us today. And it's just a really fun event, really family friendly. And this year we're going to be on the Liberty Memorial lawn. So the NFL draft was like just just the start of it up there. And then we'll have our event there with just games and a good time, and having a really special St. Jude mission moment with the patient family. And also, just getting our steps in, getting our heart rate up, and having a fun time along the race course.
And so, because we are a running podcast, at least some of the time, tell us about the actual run walk part. Is this a measured distance? Is there?
This is London Marathon major distance here. Yeah, absolutely.
No. Like, is it just a mile? Is it a 5K?
It's a 5K. It is a 5K. And because we'll be at Liberty Memorial, it's a really, really beautiful route that we get to run in Penn Valley Park area and around the memorial. And along the way, we'll have some fun activities, maybe fun little pop-up photo booths. So, like I said, it's not your typical run. Obviously, if you're trying to PR yourself on that 5K, you go for it. You just run past that photo booth stand, but, stop and take a picture and have a good time is really our theme of this walk run event. But a 5K is what you can expect here. But there is a 1 mile loop if you want to just
anyone who wants to
start slow.
Yeah, get a little stroll in. I got you.
Yes.
So now you're talking more my speed. It's definitely more my speed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now I'm going to have to register for this. If this is an actual 5K, then like I wasn't going to be there before, but now I kind of feel like I have to.
You mean you weren't going to be there before? I'm glad I told you.
Of course I'm going to be there before. I was planning on being there. I'm there. I got that in the morning, go to a concert that night. That day is just coming up aces for me. So now we're going to have Katie out there.
I just sold her too. I said, I've got a nice little, 1 lap, 1 mile loop that, is an option as well.
There we go.
Got options for everyone.
All right. Well, see, look, now I got to call on all the listeners and viewers yet again. Now we got to show up big on September 23rd out at the World War I Memorial Museum, all that area. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I'm already getting bad ideas on how we're going to get people out and have some fun with this. This is going to be good.
See that look on his face right now? That's a scary look. Yeah. This is scary, Kyle.
Oh, no, we're going to have fun. Oh, this is going to be a fun time.
I'm not going to be surprised when I get a message from Kyle and Katie that say, hey, let's do this at this event, or let's do this. I see the wheels turning that you're talking about, Katie.
You know us so well already. This is great. So people have wondered, they've asked me, like, since we've gone to the YouTube channel, they're like, well, why is producer Katie on every episode? She didn't used to be. I said, well, now people can see what I'm doing. And so she's on here in case she has to hit the drop button or censor or, something, because I can get a little fun when it comes to video.
Are you saying they don't want me?
What?
They don't want me on?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
They were simply asking out of curiosity because you would not normally put up with me on a weekly basis.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So now we're going to segue into something else. We've talked about the St. Jude Heroes. We've talked about the local run walk. Now we're going to the biggie. Is you guys have your own marathon weekend. That is in December, but December 2nd this year, I do believe. But tell us about the St. Jude Marathon weekend.
Yes, that is the big one. That's the big one. That takes place in Memphis because it's called St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend, because it is not just St. Jude, it is the entire city of Memphis is shut down for this event. It is actually, this marathon was just voted best marathon in Tennessee. So big shout out to our amazing fitness team that has gotten this marathon up to that level that it's recognized as one of the best. So it is, I personally have never been. I have heard amazing stories about how, everything's shut down in Memphis. People are out of their houses. They're, cheering for you, maybe providing you like a shot of something. It is like a full on party in Memphis for this event. And what's really cool, obviously, too, is that St. Jude is, very much ingrained in it. And part of the race does go through campus. So you will be able to, see some patient families out there cheering you on and all that good stuff. So it is a really fun weekend. It's always the first weekend in December. So you can always kind of have that in your mind that, if you're planning maybe not being there this year, but being there in a future year, the first week of December is the time to be in Memphis for that race. And it's not just a marathon. There's plenty of other race options, but definitely the most participants in the marathon portion.
Okay. Do you happen to know, do they have a half marathon, 5K, 10K, things of that nature?
All of that. All of that.
Oh, okay.
5K, 10K, half, full, all of that.
Like I'm looking. Oh, there we go. In-person races. See, this is what websites.
I do believe you said, Kyle, you were going to be in Memphis this year. So have you already?
I remember that too. Yeah.
Have you signed up yet?
I am not signed up yet. So the last time I looked was when only the St. Jude Heroes were able to register, which that's another benefit of being a St. Jude Hero. You get to register for that race first. All of us schlubs who are not, if you guys sell it out, then we can't go. So I was actually looking right now to see what the general participation looks like.
It is open.
It does.
General registration is open. It's there.
Open. It's available. Marathons get a long sleeve tech shirt, a finisher medal, and the race bib. They want my username and pat. Yeah, there's a lot of bad decisions about to be made today.
Maybe do that after the podcast.
Oh no, I figured I'd walk everyone through the steps to register.
He's worried you're gonna mess up with the Zoom and everything.
Yeah.
The whole recording is gonna be gone. We're gonna have to redo this. Come back on another Friday.
Yep. Well, no, I just figured that's when as I'm reading my credit card number, I could just read it on air. No. Oh, maybe that's bad.
No, bad.
All right.
I think that'd be real bad. You might get some weird transactions you weren't expecting today. Weird notifications.
Oh, it would all be running related. I know my listeners. It's all running related stuff. There'd be 20 new pairs of Hokas bought, and none of them would be for me.
As long as it's his credit card and not mine,
Yeah, that's right.
Just so you know, Kyle, even though you are saying you're going to sign up general registration, it doesn't mean that you can't also fundraise. We have plenty of people who started off in a general admission for the marathon, raised, didn't expect to, maybe just we're a little afraid to commit to a St. Jude Hero level of commitment because we've got gold, silver, platinum premier levels, which are, huge fundraising dollars.
Right.
But you can just fundraise on your own and, maybe you do get a couple $100 and then next year you could be a St. Jude Hero because, hey, I can raise that. I know I can do it. So just because you're just doing general registration doesn't mean you can't do a little bit of fundraising and show a little love for the kids of St. Jude.
I'll tell you, I'm looking here. You guys have some amazing stuff for the people who do the fundraising.
Yeah, our St. Jude Hero commitment levels for the marathon are pretty big. So we definitely reward our heroes. We have great partnerships at St. Jude that allow us to provide for our heroes to come to St. Jude Memphis Marathon weekend and give them some really cool prizes of appreciation for their hard work and commitment.
Yeah.
Kyle loves his swag.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do love my swag. But yeah, okay. Wow. You see, I'm just having fun on the site right now. I'm just looking around the site and having a good old time.
Focus, Kyle.
No, what?
You got distracted by the swag.
Yeah,
It's shiny objects.
All right. So when are you going to venture down for your first Memphis Marathon weekend? Crysta, aren't you going to have to get down there?
I'm hoping I will be there this time around.
Okay.
Probably working this time just to kind of get my bearings and to help out the fitness team because that weekend runs on a lot of volunteers since it's just so huge. So I'm hoping to be down there to help in that capacity this year. And then maybe next year we'll see, just stepping it up a little bit. Maybe I can run a distance. I don't know which one, but run one.
I like it. Boy, I tell you, I bet it does take a lot of volunteers to pull that event off. Be curious to see how many they actually have to come up with. I'm betting quite a few.
As I do not have a number there for you, Kyle. It's probably hundreds of volunteers, lots of them.
I guarantee. So, well, yeah, I'm going to now have to get myself registered for this. It'll be my third traveling race of the fall. I don't know if my bank account is okay with this, but you know, it'll recover. It'll live, right? Somehow, maybe.
First round in Memphis will be on me. I got you there.
Now I'm
I'll cover that one expense.
She does know you. Wow.
Can we find a place to drink close to Graceland? Never been there before. I think that would be
Actually, I
fun.
haven't been there either. I don't, so I don't know. We'll have to, we'll Google. We'll
like
Google and Yelp things. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, so everyone, you can now go out and be a St. Jude hero, raise funds for good causes. You even have chances to get into maybe some of the World Marathon majors. So that's huge right there. And then on September 17th, of course, there's the Casey Hustle Run brought to you by the Back of the Pack podcast. You got to be there, 5K, 10K. And then the following weekend on September 23rd, we are all going to the World War I Museum. We're doing the St. Jude Run Walk, and said everyone sets up shop kind of on the lawn and just can kind of make a day of it. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do this. The Back of the Pack is we're going to show up. We get a little rowdy. So everyone,
I love it.
Everyone, you've got it. I'm sending out I don't have a bat signal, but it can be the Back of the Pack signal. And so everyone's got to show up there.
Signal.
Sign up your Back of the Pack team, Kyle. Sign up a team, dress up, come out and, show up. We're happy to have you.
Now, see, Katie, she supports all my crazy ideas. Where are you? You just give me looks. Like that one right there. That one right there. Everyone look at your screen. You see that look from Katie? That's what I normally get when I have my wonderfully great ideas.
It usually costs me money, is all I'm going to say. That's
or time.
Usually what happens.
Yeah.
A lot of time. That's without question. It's the money part that gets me every time.
Earlier, we were talking about Katie's lack of social life. It's because being the producer is almost a full-time job. Putting out this kind of broadcast excellence, it's not easy.
You're Kyle's hero, Katie.
That's
right.
That's right. All right. Well, Crysta, I want to thank you so much for coming on to the show. I am really excited for our race and yours. And then going down to Memphis just sounds like a blast. And now I'm going to have to make that happen. And that's with the boss lady that lives in my house. I think it's going to end up being a ask forgiveness, not permission kind of situation. So, yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I was so excited to come back on and share all this fun stuff with you. And yeah, we will see you and all the listeners that we don't see on the 17th and the 23rd. Got a lot of fun things in September.
Yep, it is. And it is all for a truly wonderful cause. So, yeah, it's not even a question of if you should do it. Everyone's going to do it. We're going to go have a good time. And we're going to support St. Jude because that's what we do. So, go team, go.
We also have a donation page specifically for St. Jude on the CaseyHustleRun.com page. So when you go to sign up for the Casey Hustle Run, there's also the ability to go to the donate button on there. It's right next to a pretty red heart. So you can go and all of that money goes straight to St. Jude. None of that goes to the race. So if you want to give specifically to St. Jude, we greatly recommend that. And so, yeah, there's that. My little pitch.
There you go. And that's how we're going to send it out. So everyone, thank you for tuning in this week. Appreciate it as always. We'll be back next week. So this has been the Back of the Pack podcast, brought to you by OKKC Sports and produced by Katie O'Neill. I'm your host, Kyle Walker. A huge thank you to Crysta for coming on with us again, and we'll see you next week. Cut.